So how do you carry that momentum over to another season, knowing that there are a lot of pieces that you guys do have to replace based on graduation?
Yeah, just having confidence in ourselves. We can't be the same as last year's group, but we can be ourselves, and we know that we have confidence in ourselves to rebuild and reload from last year.
Who are some of the guys that are going to be stepping into bigger roles for you guys offensively this season, where you guys did graduate some of those key skill position dudes?
Yeah, so two new sophomore linemen, Sam Bean and Tucker Reed, have stepped in very well. Both strong, fast kids. They stepped in nicely. Braden Elkins at tight end, he stepped in well. And then some newer slots like Landon Fazio and or fullback Caden Schroff.
Where are you guys at quarterback? It looked like at the beginning of the summer, it was like two juniors that were battling it out, right?
Yeah, they're still. It's a good competition between them. It's making our team better. They're both performing well in practice.
In terms of like proven offensive weapons, you and James are kind of the guys. He's in the backfield, you're out there catching passes. How do you hope to set the tone for this offense, knowing that, yeah, you got to replace some skill guys, but also some line guys? I mean, you guys are kind of a focal point of this team offensively. How do you go about leading some of these younger guys on that side of the ball?
Yeah, like I said earlier, just knowing their role and how they can help the team win with what they do. So like, those younger guys, they can help on the line and help us get targets, and then some of those newer guys like Schroff and Fazio and Braden Elkins, they can get their touches through them.
A final question for me: what was your biggest takeaway from last season? Like, what did you and this team as a whole learn over the course of last season that you can apply and use this time around?
Definitely the fact that we haven't had a championship team since 1993, and no one believed in us, and for years no one believed in us, and we really changed the culture last year. So now that we have that mindset built in, it's going to stay here for a while.
I like it. Anything else you'd like to add?
Go Eagles.
How do you carry that momentum over to a new season where you've got to plug some holes naturally that have been created due to graduation? How do you carry it over?
Yeah, absolutely. We got to have the young guys to really step up, fill the roles of all the seniors that graduated, and we just got to keep the work ethic and keep working hard.
Tell me about this offense. You and Stratton are kind of the main cogs back offensively. Got a couple of juniors battling it out for QB and some new linemen. So how do you guys go about setting the tone as the key returnees offensively to get this offense on the same page together, especially when the first game rolls around here next week?
Really, we got to first set an example for all the young guys, show them how it's done, and then we got to make sure they know what they're doing so that when they're put in the position to succeed, they can actually succeed, they can start, and they can be good.
How would you describe what you've liked offensively from this team since practice has started?
I really like everyone's work ethic. Everyone's trying hard. Everyone wants to be better. Everyone wants to get better. And everyone wants to do the same thing we did last year.
Tell me about the defensive side of the ball. Who are some of the guys stepping into bigger roles, and what do you like about this team defensively as we move forward?
On the line, Landon Tim is a big role defensively. He makes a lot of plays for us. Ian Stahl's coming back, a senior this year. He's a safety. He's really aggressive, and he was really good.
Last season, you guys won a lot of close games. I mean, like heart of a champion type stuff. So how do you make sure that these guys understand, the younger guys, what it takes to win key games in the fourth quarter when all the chips are down this coming season?
Really, it comes down to never giving up. We never gave up last year, and as long as they know that and they can see us not giving up, they're going to be inspired to keep going, and they're never going to give up even when it's the fourth quarter.
Carry it all over.
I think you do it by challenging the guys, challenging guys who are filling those positions to rise up and to grow up and mature and to also just realize that they can rely on each other and not just rely on themselves to answer that. But you also got 10 other guys that are out there on the field to help you fill that, and it's each one of us doing our job that makes us successful in that way. And so that's the same way we attacked it last year and the same way we need to attack it this year.
Offensively, obviously, CJ stepped in and did a fantastic job for Greg Bolt last year. He's obviously at St. Francis now. You guys have two juniors battling it out for the quarterback position right now, is that correct?
Yeah, so we got two juniors, so like Zach Berry and Grayson Bradbury kind of battling out right now. It's been fun to watch them progress in here, and then also just, watch how they play. They both have an opportunity to play for us defensively too. So both of those guys, it's kind of like, okay, which one makes us better as a whole team? Not necessarily maybe who's the best quarterback or who's the best at what we want done. But they're both great leaders. I think they're both respected by their teammates because of the way that they work, the way that they approach it. And we're just really happy that they're multi-sport athletes that got to be on our varsity baseball team and got to get success as varsity stars on the baseball team. Both of them starters for baseball, and we had a very successful year there, and so they got to experience that, and so it comes in with some confidence. Like both of them have that varsity confidence of, hey, I did it in this varsity sport. I think it can carry over to football then this fall.
When you take a look at, obviously, I mentioned a lot of guys graduated, especially on the offensive line too, some really key players. But you have Stratton back there, you have Getz back there. How do those guys set the tone for what you do offensively? And I imagine you sleep a little easier knowing that some of the guys stepping into other positions have those weapons around them.
Yeah, and that's what we're trying to sell to them. Like, understand, that you guys are facilitating the offense. Like, your job is to get it to these guys and allow these guys to be playmakers, and it's not you having to be a playmaker. And I think it just it calms them down and it allows them to just step up. And then just having some of those guys that are coming back in those key positions offensively that we're looking to make plays. Letting them be, juniors and seniors that are stepping in those positions, allow us even to sneak a couple sophomores out there and just allow those sophomores just to be themselves with no pressure added on to them when they get playing time.
You don't win 11 games without defense, so where are you all on that side of the football? Who are some of the guys that are stepping into big roles, and what's the key to being successful defensively in the NEA?
Yeah, absolutely. Jeff Clark does a great job with our defense, and so, when we're looking at that, we pride ourselves on defense and on the defensive side of the ball, and so making sure that we're tackling, we're flying after the place, we just trying to fill a lot of holes there. I mean, if you mentioned some of the holes offensively, but I feel like we have more holes defensively that we need to fill, and so it's kind of by committee. I don't think we're looking at one certain guy. Even some of the positions that will be rotating on Friday nights for us, and just kind of asking lots of guys to do lots of things, or changing up some of the things that they were being asked to do last year.
Final question for me. When we talk about high school sports with coaches, one of the things that is the hardest thing to do is to teach young people how to win, like to get them over that
Absolutely.
hump. You guys did that last year. So what do these guys that are back at playing big role, what do they take away? What do they tell some of these younger guys, like, in terms of what it takes to win? Because you won a lot of fourth quarter games that could have gone either way, but you guys, kind of showed the heart of a champion. How do you carry that through?
Yeah, sorry, looking over there, a freshman making plays down there. So, but it is really hard, and I think it takes longer than I would have ever expected to build that within our team and to have that success. And I'd also like to say, I feel like that change was even cultivated a couple years ago. And I think each year there's more and more guys that understand what it means to do that. And it takes having all 11 being at that level before I think you can flip the switch and change that within a program. And so now, we're trying to teach these guys, we can't be complacent. We can't, we walked in on the first day of practice, and I walked them in and I showed them the 22 up on the sectional banner. I showed them the sectional trophy that's in the trophy case, and I said, that's last year. That's last year. Your guys' picture's on the wall now, and that's great. We love that. But your legacy is still being built, and so trying to concentrate on that and just allow these guys to know that the 2023 team has accomplished nothing. We have accomplished nothing. And so, we're writing our own story with that, and it's how we need to do it and how we need to attack it. And just kind of challenging them in that, because, I tell them every once in a while, I was privileged enough to be on three-peat sectional championship teams and when I was in high school, and it's hard to win again. And so you got to work even harder because everybody's looking for you. We can't sneak up on anybody anymore.
Well, anything else you'd like to add?
Great day to be an Eagle.
It is.